This is Tank's Vlog for March 7, 2018, wrapping up the day in sports. As I sit here in the middle of Nor'easter Part 2, 2018. This one's for real. Is there any team right now that is hotter than the Houston Rockets? They won their 16th straight game, beating down the Oklahoma City Thunder 122-112. While usually it's James Harden being the leader, it was Chris Paul who had 25 points, proving just how deep talented this Rocket team is. Now, what's interesting is they have to keep up this winning pace to stay first place overall in the West, because the Warriors are just as hot, and the Warriors today beat the Nets 114-110. So it's a half-game lead for the Rockets, the best record overall in the NBA, and the Warriors are just right there keeping pace. And also on a hot streak right now is the Trailblazers. They've won 8 straight. Today clobbering the hapless Knicks 111-87. And just as hot as all of them is the Pelicans. They've won 9 in a row. Big game today by Anthony Davis as they beat the Clippers 121-116. Looking at the rest of the NBA, it was the 76ers beating the Hornets 128-114. The Raptors beat the Hawks 106-90. They remain top in the East. The Wizards needed overtime to beat the Heat 117-113. The Mavericks, hey, they weren't tanking tonight. They beat the Nuggets 118-107. While the Rockets are the hottest team in sports right now, there is no hotter player in sports than Taylor Hall of the New Jersey Devils. He extended his scoring streak to 26 games as the Devils jumped out to a huge lead early. They had the women's hockey team on to drop the first puck at the Prudential Center as the Devils scored 4 goals in the first period and coasted the rest of the way to beat the Montreal Canadiens 6-4. At the beginning of the year, the Vegas over-under for the Devils was 74 points. Today they now have 76. And they are right in the thick of the playoff chase. They got a tough road trip coming up, but if they get through that fine, it looks like they could be in good shape to make the playoffs. And if Taylor Hall indeed keeps up this hot streak, you have really got to give him a chance to win the Hart Trophy. Meanwhile, across the Hudson, it was Patrick Lane with 3 goals as the Jets beat the Rangers 3-0. Brad Marchand had a tremendous night in Boston. 3 goals, 2 assists, and a game winner in overtime as the Bruins beat the Red Wings 6-5. It was the Blue Jackets beating the Vegas Knights 4-1. It was the Lightning 5-4 over the Panthers in a overtime battle of Florida. The Predators, they're one of the hottest teams in sports right now. They recorded their 9th straight win, blanking the Stars 2-0. It was the Blackhawks downing the Avalanche in overtime 2-1. The Wild routed the Hurricanes 6-2, and the Ducks beat the Capitals 4-0. Championship week continued on Tuesday with several more bids. The Charleston Cougars are going to the tournament for the first time since 1999, beating Northeastern in the Colonial. In the Horizon, it was Wright State making their first trip in 11 years with a 74-57 win over Cleveland State. the Long Island University of Brooklyn. They're going to tournament for the 7th time, beating Wagner 71-61 in the Ohio Valley. Well, no, it's already done. In the Summit, it was South Dakota State beating South Dakota to go to the tournament. And in the Western Coast Conference, it was Gonzaga beating BYU. Today's 3 stars are Brad Marchand of the Bruins, Anthony Davis of the Pelicans, and Pekka Rinne, who had a 26-save shutout for the Predators. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Franco Harris, who turned 68. And we take a look back at one of those things that make March special. NCAA upset in 1970 when Niagara knocked off Penn in the first round of the tournament. So check out the full story of Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. And I want you to also go to iTunes. I got the link up on my website or SoundCloud. You got to check out this week's Allow Me to Be Frank episodes. It's a 2-parter looking back at the 1986 Mets. So go check out Allow Me to Be Frank, my special podcast, and enjoy it on this snowy Wednesday. Good day.